Hello. Have you ever had a taco with all of your favorite fixings wrapped in a piece of homemade bread that's been deep fried to a golden brown piece of goodness? Or a bowl of chili with fry bread to dip? Native Americans have been using fry bread as a staple in their homes for centuries. Traditionally, it has been used as the form of a regular loaf of bread that you would buy at the grocery store, or a loaf of bread that you would put in your bread maker. Native Americans use it for dipping in soups, in chilies, in stews. You can put hamburgers in it, wrap it around hot dogs and fry it, put cinnamon and sugar on it, or just plain old butter, which is my favorite. Um, Modern day society has changed, and the households don't have enough time in the evening to make a big 3 course, 4 hour dinner. So fry bread has become less of an occasion, but there are still certain occasions like birthday parties, family gatherings, holidays where fry bread would be typically cooked. That's when I do it. I don't cook it on a normal daily basis, but I do definitely make it for special occasions. Um, Fry bread is a universal bread made from very few ingredients. It's extremely fattening, takes a long time to fry, but it's totally worth it in the end. For fry bread, you are going to need 6 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 cup dry milk, and then water to form a dough, and then a large bowl. You want to combine all of your ingredients, all your dry ingredients first in a bowl and mix it up. Then to that you're going to add your room temperature water. It can't be cold and it can't be hot. It has to be room temperature. You want to mix that in with a fork. The reason I use a fork is it gets the air bubbles in there and it just makes your bread a little bit more fluffy. Um, you do have to remember the stickier the dough, the better. When I Googled it online just to see what their recipes were, um, they had really soft or real hard formed balls of dough. Mine never looks like that. Mine is very sticky, and I have to have oil on my hand to be able to even work with it. So once you've mixed it all together and got your oil, your water in there, you want to let it stand for about 20 minutes just to incorporate. So what I do is I get my oil going to heat up and ready to go for the bread. I use canola oil versus vegetable oil just for the fact that it helps brown the bread better somehow. My grandma uses vegetable. I use canola. So what you're going to do is you get oil on your hands. You're going to grab roughly golf ball to baseball, depending on how big a piece you would like, size piece of bread out of the dough. You want to flatten it out nice and round in between your hands on the counter. If you do it on the counter, put oil on your counter. After you flatten it out, you want to put a little hole in the center of that bread dough. That just, I have no idea why. We just do it. You want to fry it for roughly 1 minute on each side until the bread is golden brown. After you do that, you want to let it drain on a piece of paper towel, um, brown paper bag, anything, just to get that excess grease off. Fry bread has been used in Native American cooking for generations. It's been replicated. Many variations of it can be found in the South and in New England. We don't cook it as much today due to a different way of life than it was 100 years ago. The list of ingredients is small. However, frying time is very consuming. It only has 6 ingredients, but the pattying of the dough, the waiting, the frying is very time consuming. If you take the time to make the dough and fry it up, I promise you, you will never want to eat a taco in a tortilla or put crackers in your soup again.